Hello, council members. Sabrina Venskus. I'm counsel for Simply Ojai, and I just wanted to make sure that it's clear to the public that the lawsuit against the city has been stayed by the court, so it's not actually active right now until the referendum issue is decided. So there's no money being spent on that. It's a non-issue at this time. I also want to make sure that people understand that it's Tara Jeffries is the one that filed for this referendum and nobody else. So to the extent that there's people claiming that there's other organizations or people that filed the referendum, that would be absolutely incorrect. The deal that was struck by the last council for this development agreement was a bad deal. One of the things that I had asked the council to do before agreeing to approve that development agreement was to make sure that they get a pro forma from the developer so that the council would understand what benefits, monetary, et cetera, that the developer was getting as a result of the contract. The development agreement's a contract. And the council decided not to do that. Why, I don't understand. Of course, you'd want to know what the consideration is on both sides, right? It's supposed to be a quid pro quo. You're entering into a contract. So the council didn't have all the information the council should have had in order to determine whether it was a good deal. But it's just not a good deal because we're losing low-income housing and it won't be replaced. That low-income housing will not be replaced. The housing ordinance says that the council can require a one-to-one replacement for the type of housing that's being lost. And so the last council didn't do that. And in my estimation, they circumvented the housing ordinance, and that was just wrong because it results in us losing many, many affordable, truly affordable units that people can really afford. Finally, I would recommend.
Thanks, Sabrina.
Do you want me to answer something? Or Betsy, you're the mayor.
I just want to clarify something. You stated that Tara Jeffrey.
Microphone, please.
Filed, but weren't there other people that gathered signatures, such as Tom Francis? And
I gathered signatures too. Yeah, a lot of people gathered signatures, but Tara Jeffries is the one that is the person that filed for the referendum. She's the proponent of the referendum. That's what that means. I don't know what you're talking about, Susan. I don't even know what that means. Okay. These are community members that go out and get the...
Quiet, please.
I could explain it to you.
If I could jump in briefly, a referendum has a legal proponent. That is the person who files the request to initiate the referendum process and then who returns to file the petitions. There is one legal proponent for this referendum. It is Ms. Jeffries, as she noted earlier. She filed the initial letter beginning the referendum process and she filed the petitions. Obviously, a number of other people signed the petitions. The list of those who signed the petition is confidential and will not be released per state law. And those who gathered signatures is subject to community discussion, but not legally relevant.
Thank you.
So those who gathered signatures.
Microphone, please.
The people who gathered signatures, that's public information.
Only if the people who gather signatures choose to disclose it. The city knows who gathered signatures because they had to sign the circulator's declaration on each petition. However, that document is also not available for public review.
May I ask, what is the process of that the people who solicited signatures went through? Is it they just gathered?
The process is the referendum proponent, Ms. Jeffries, filed a letter initiating the process. There are two ways to do a referendum. Either you use the full text of the ordinance or you ask for a summary. Ms. Jeffries asked for a summary. I wrote the summary as city attorney. That was then provided to her within the statutory timeline. That then became the front page of the petition. Her and whoever she worked with gathered signatures. The city doesn't validate or regulate who gathers signatures up front. Instead, it's tested on the back end when the petitions are submitted to the city clerk and then to the county clerk or county clerk recorder. Each signature petition section has to have a declaration of circulator at the bottom, and that declaration of circulator is tested against the relevant standards. A person over 18 who is a registered voter, just person over 18, they don't have to be a registered voter. Person over 18 who declared that they witnessed each of the signatures on their section. But that's it, there's no further process.
Thank you.
Thanks, Matt. Leslie?
So when, can I ask you who paid the filing fee for that? Was that information that you have?
There is no filing fee for a referendum.
There is no filing fee for a referendum?
Nope.
Okay, thank
So
you.
there was no fee paid.
Okay, great.
Nick